Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Ghost Recon Wildlands Open Beta Let's Play. My name is Sir Kibble2. In the last video, we created a character and I showed you the different aspects of that, and we watched a cutscene that showed us the premise of how Wildlands gets started. In this video, it's time to go to work. Bolivia has been overrun by the Santa Blanca cartel, who produces and sells cocaine and has become one of the biggest cocaine distributors. The U.S. gets involved because the cartel bombs the U.S. embassy, captures a man named Sandoval, tortures him, and kills him. That's where we come in.
The agent they murdered. You knew him?
He was a friend of mine.
Sorry for your loss.
I could say it comes with a job, but it doesn't get any easier.
No, it doesn't. Guess you've been down here a while?
I've been living as Karen Bowman, international aid worker, for just about 5 years. Means living rough, but as a cover, gets me out and about.
At least it comes with a chopper.
How'd you get in country? I flew in business class from Manaus. Hey, I'm refreshed and ready for work, right? I just hitched rides from Barranco, Peru. How about you?
I got on board a bus in Hui, Argentina, and drank all the way to Villazon. Nobody wants to deal with a drunk on the bus.
That explains why you smell like ass.
I've heard rumors about you guys. I was a rookie field officer in Moscow when the coup went down. There was talk you were involved?
Nah, it must have been someone else. We were never there.
It's not every day you get to meet an urban legend in the flesh.
Huh, you should tell that to my kid. Maybe he'd listen when I tell him to take the trash out.
Is it hard being someone who doesn't officially exist?
You tell me, Karen Bowman, international aid worker.
I'm sure you've seen the horrible, fucked up shit humans are capable of when there are zero repercussions. But let me tell you right now, no matter how you compartmentalize, how you desensitize, you can't prepare for El Sueño. He's got a religious streak that rates pretty close to delusional. He's taken vows of poverty, chastity. If he's not in it for the chocha or the money, he's in it for the power. This joint task force is CIA, DEA, JSOC. I'm your resident spook for this ride. Welcome to Operation Kingslayer.
Our briefing said there'd be a contingent of locals.
The Qatar is 26. They're a group of rebels who've been giving Unidad and Santa Blanca some resistance. We'll meet their leader, Pakatari, soon as we touch down. Bolivians have a long history of hating us Yankees, but this time, let's hope the enemy of my enemy will be my friend. But don't turn your back on him. I'm not going to.
Four soldiers. This is the help you promised? That Sandoval promised? A single Yankee died, so you send a handful of soldiers. Hundreds of Bolivians have died from Santa Blanca's bullets. Where will my hundreds of soldiers come from?
As Americans, we aren't here, remember? These soldiers are the best covert ops team our country has to offer. With their help, you won't need hundreds of soldiers.
Are you familiar with the word Huber, Senora Bowman?
Meet Pakatari, leader of the resistance group Qatar's 26. We will be working with the rebels to destabilize Santa Blanca's organization. They've been fighting Santa Blanca and corrupt Bolivian officials for nearly 6 years now. We'll need to coordinate targets.
There's no time for this. We have information on Amaru's whereabouts.
Amaru, you found him. Amaru is one of the founders of the Qatar's 26.
More than that, her group is founded on his ideas. Without his theories of an agrarian proletariat, there would be no organized resistance against Santa Blanca and the corruption in our government. Amaru must be saved. If you were to assist my people, it would do much to earn my confidence.
Where is he?
We do not know exactly. We know he's in this province and that there is a Santa Blanca lieutenant who knows where he is.
I'll put a call into the activity, see if they can dig more intel out of the airwaves. Start looking for that lieutenant and keep me informed of everything via sat phone. Good hunting.
Saving Amaru is important to our cause, Yankee. Make sure you don't kill the Santa Blanca lieutenant before you get the chance to ask him questions.
Time to earn your pay, people. Put on your game faces.
I tell you, I'm not too comfortable working with Pakatari and these rebels. Their kind of ideology always ends up with more bodies in the ground. What's your feeling on this op, Nomad?
End of the day, this is a revenge mission. We need to focus and get this done quick before we get stuck between local politics and the firestorm of cartel bullets. First objective, track down that Santa Blanca lieutenant so we can find Amaru.
Hoorah!
Alright, so I am one of those dirty inverted players, so I am changing my controls. Now, I don't know if you noticed or not, but my character that I created was talking to the rest of the people inside the chopper without a headset. Because I didn't put a headset on my character when I originally created him. I didn't know that. And so, you look at things like that, and I begin to wonder, okay, what kind of details is Ubisoft paying attention to when they created the game? Because that's the kind of stuff that clues me into how the quality of the game will be. You know, obviously it's not a big thing, but it's a thing. It's like, okay, you have the ability to put a headset on your character, but because you didn't, it doesn't show up in the cutscene, and then there's this kind of suspension of disbelief that you have to have because he's talking as if he's on a headset, even though he's not wearing a headset. So stuff like that. Little stuff like that, if it continues to build up, like it really does hinder the quality of the game. I also don't know if the voice of your character changes with the skin you choose. So if you happen to choose the black guy, would he have that voice? Or if you choose the Asian guy, would he still have that voice? Right? I was trying to look for some other videos of the intro, and I didn't find any, but at least not on YouTube. I don't see any Let's Plays of that, or with that intro yet, so don't know if, you know, something like that happens. And, you know, it would be a nice touch. I don't think it makes the game worse. But, you know, like I said, things like that, they start to add up after a while, and it starts to define the quality. So hopefully that's not the case with this game. And when Bowman was talking about, you know, don't turn your back on Qatari, you know, something like that leaves a level of intrigue in the story. I kind of like that. It's like a nice teaser. It's like, I wonder what could happen later in the game as we start taking down this cartel. But I also don't get the impression that this is that type of game. Like, judging by The Division, The Division had a really, really good premise, and it didn't turn out to be that great of an execution. So I don't know. I guess I'm a little untrustworthy of where they're going to take this story. All right. So now it's all about executing this first little mini mission, and with that, you have the ability to use two different pieces of equipment. You have a drone and you have binoculars. I will be struggling for a moment trying to remember which button is which for the binoculars and the drone, but I eventually get the job done. So you activate the drone. By the way, I'm playing on the Xbox One. So you activate the drone by pressing up on the control pad. You activate binoculars by pressing down on the control pad. Both of these give the ability to mark enemies in the surrounding area. Obviously, depending on where you're at, you'll want to choose which one will work better for the situation. The drone has so much battery life and so much range, but both of those can be increased with skill points, which we will talk about at a later time. But you are limited to how long the drone can be in the sky. It's not very long at all, and you are limited in the distance. You could also mark people by just aiming at them, aiming down the sights. And from there, you can execute what's called the sync shots. And sync shots are basically when you find a character, you can press the A button on the Xbox One, and you'll see a white marker appear over the head of the person that you marked. From there, one of your partners will line up a shot and get in position to line up a shot. And either when you shoot or when you hold the A button, you can take out a person. I mean, it's like 98% you're going to take them out in one shot. So it seems like it's kind of broken, but it's not, because you only can sync one person at a time. And then it's like a 25 or 30 second cooldown or something like that. You can see the cooldown just right above the mini-map after you use it. Again, with skill points, you can actually increase the amount of available sync shots that you can use at once, still on a 30-second cooldown. So if you mark one person, then use it, when you have 3 available, you'll have to wait the 30 seconds to be able to use all 3 at once again. So it's a matter of getting good position for your teammates and making sure that you are in a good position too to take advantage of taking out as many people at one time as you can. I think it's a much better version of what Splinter Cell Conviction did. It does take a little bit more strategy. It's not as straightforward. And as you can see, I messed up my shot, but I killed him quick enough. So something like that, like, it feels super satisfying to be able to kind of coordinate, find a shot, and then you shoot somebody, and then the rest of your guys just blah. So it seems broken, but as you progress and as things get harder, it actually becomes really important to use your sync shot. Now, again, I'm playing on normal, so a lot of this is going to look very easy, but even on normal, you'll see the difficulty gets really intense. So again, we're in Bolivia. The cartel has taken over, and right now we're in the province of Itaqua. And in the open beta, there's 2 available provinces you can play on. It's Itaqua and then Montauk. Montauk will be a much tougher province. You'll see that much later. But Itaqua, it gets you into how the game works and the basics of stealth and it really introduces what kind of play style do you want to play. I am more of a stealth type of person. I like to go in as stealthy as possible. It's more fun that way, just surgically taking people out. It's so good. I don't know how you like to play. It may not be that much fun to watch, but man, it's so satisfying to execute when you do it right.
Careful, Sicario sporting a submachine gun. Near the
So,
sandbags.
you know, we're in the beginning of the game. I'm kind of getting my bearings. I'm not sure what the game will allow. And I like to naturally progress into exploring what the game will allow. Usually by just natural consequences, by me either bum rushing in at a bad time or, you know, making mistakes. Usually that's just how I figure things out. So my goal here is just to not get caught, be as sneaky as possible,
Spotting another tango.
and kind of eliminate everybody before I get to the contact that I need to get to. So here I use the sync shot. And you saw at first it was blinking, that means he's getting his shot ready. And now I'm trying to figure out how to actually use the sync shot. So again, when you press the A button, you just tap it.
Good to go.
You mark the target, and then you're supposed to hold the A button in order to tell your guy, okay, fire the shot. Or if you shoot at somebody else, or even the target, you will execute the shot. So here, you know, I'm just kind of struggling with it a little bit. But it kind of works out because my target, the one with the yellow dot, he's actually walking towards me. And there he goes. So now he's walking towards me. So now I've let enough time to come past where he's just roaming around. And now this man will be punished.
Quédate quieto. Here's the deal, asshole. You answer my questions, or I put a bullet in your gut and leave you to die in your own shit. ¿No entiendes?
Chill the fuck out, cabron. What do you want?
Amaru, where can I find him?
You serious? That's what this is about? Sure thing. He's at Atoya Farm. Go on. Then you can see what we do to people who fuck with us. People like you.
We need to get this done in a hurry. Amaru's an old man. He's not gonna last long under torture.
Shit, if they've been working on him for a while, there's a good chance he's already dead.
Maybe, maybe not. Amaru's a major player in the rebel movement. The cartel will keep him alive as long as they can to find out what he knows.
We can't afford to take any chances. There's too much riding on this. Let's move.
So in any other circumstance, I would have been surrounded by a bunch of guys because he spot me. But because I killed them all, I was able to just approach him with no consequence at all. So we got intel on Amaru. You got to see the drone and sync shots. So in the
Cartel
next
isn't gonna wait
video,
around for
we're
us
going
track
to
down and
free
rescue
Amaru. See you there.